You were never meant to spend your life earning the right to be loved, not through usefulness, not through quietness, not through becoming easy to understand, not through carrying every room so carefully that no one ever has to notice how tired you are. Before the proving began, before the apologies became automatic, before you learned to measure your own worth by how gently other people responded to you, there was already a place for you. That place has not disappeared. It may feel distant now. It may feel covered over by years of bracing, explaining, pleasing, hiding, and trying to become someone no one could reject. But it is still there, like a warm light left on in a house you thought you had lost. You may have wandered far from it. You may have forgotten the path. You may even have believed the door had closed behind you forever. But the light has remained. Perhaps your body does not know this yet. Perhaps it still pauses at the threshold of every room, wondering whether it is safe to enter. Perhaps it still listens for changes in tone, small silences, tiny shifts of attention. Perhaps it still asks, before you even know you are asking, am I welcome here? Am I wanted? Am I about to be too much? So you make yourself careful, you soften your voice, you become useful, pleasant, generous, easy. You offer the version of yourself least likely to disturb the room. You laugh at the right moments. You apologize before anyone has blamed you. You explain before anyone has misunderstood. You try to become fluent in the language of other people's comfort, even while forgetting the language of your own. And perhaps people praise you for this. They call you thoughtful, kind, mature, strong. They admire your sensitivity, your patience, your ability to understand. But somewhere beneath that careful goodness, a quieter part of you remains hungry, not for praise, not for being needed, not even for being admired. It longs for the simpler thing, to be received without first becoming impressive. So much of life can become a quiet audition for love. Be good, be calm, be helpful, be interesting, but not too much. Be wounded, but not inconveniently wounded. Need comfort, but not openly. Ask for reassurance, but not often enough to reveal how deeply you are afraid. Be honest, but only in a way that keeps everyone else comfortable. If this is familiar, please hear this gently. There is nothing shameful in the way you learn to survive. There is nothing foolish about the heart that tried to become safe by becoming acceptable. It was not vanity. It was not weakness. It was not neediness. It was the old intelligence of a living being who once learned that warmth could change quickly. The body remembers what the mind tries to dismiss. It remembers when affection seemed easier to receive after achievement. It remembers when disappointment made the air colder. It remembers when love felt conditional, even if no one said the conditions out loud. It remembers when being easy to love felt safer than being fully known. So the body keeps trying to protect you, earn the smile, earn the reply, earn the invitation, earn the softness in their voice, earn the right to stay. And for a while, this can look like life going well. You may become capable, reliable, adaptable, charming, strong. You may learn to fit almost anywhere. But a place earned through performance rarely feels like home, because if love must be earned, then love can always be lost. If belonging depends on usefulness, then rest becomes frightening. If affection depends on being easy, then grief becomes risky. Anger becomes risky. Need becomes risky. Even silence can feel dangerous, because silence leaves room for the old fear to speak. What if I am not enough? What if I am too much? What if they finally see me clearly and turn away? This is the exhaustion many people carry without naming it. Not only the exhaustion of work or responsibility or ordinary life, but the deeper exhaustion of constantly managing whether you are lovable. And yet beneath all of this, there is another kind of love, a quieter love, a steadier love, a love that does not begin with an examination. It does not stand at the door with a list of requirements. It does not ask whether you have been productive enough, healed enough, pure enough, calm enough, beautiful enough, simple enough to be held. It waits like a lamp in the window, small, perhaps, easy to overlook, but still burning. You may have spent years walking past that light, looking instead towards colder houses, brighter windows, locked doors you thought you had to open by force. You may have mistaken anxiety for devotion, distance for mystery, difficulty for depth. You may have believed that if you could finally win love from the places that withheld it, then the ache would close. But the deepest part of you does not only want to be chosen, it wants to stop auditioning. It wants to come home from the entire system of proving. It wants to lay down the explanations, the evidence, the polished self-defense. It wants to be welcomed before it has made itself beautiful. It wants to hear, in some language older than words, "You can come in now. You do not have to stand outside anymore." This may be difficult to receive. Sometimes gentleness feels unfamiliar when the nervous system was shaped by uncertainty. A kind voice can make you brace. A safe room can make you restless. Someone's steady presence can feel almost unbearable, not because it is cruel, but because it does not follow the old rules. Where is the catch? When will the warmth disappear? What must I become to keep this? The mind searches for hidden conditions because hidden conditions once existed. It looks for the trap because warmth has not always been safe. It asks whether love is real because love has sometimes been mixed with control, withdrawal, criticism, debt, or fear. So if you cannot simply relax into being loved, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not failing at healing. You are not too cynical. You are not secretly broken beyond comfort. You are a living being whose trust has been shaped by history. The guarded part of you is not your enemy. It is the part that stood watch when you did not yet know another way to survive. You do not have to force it to disappear. You can turn towards it gently. You can say, "Thank you for trying to keep me safe. Thank you for learning the rules. Thank you for helping me survive rooms where love felt uncertain." But maybe we do not have to live outside forever. Maybe we can come a little closer to the light. There is room here for every part of you. The tired part, the needy part, the awkward part, the jealous part, the grieving part, the part that wants reassurance again, even though it already asked yesterday, the part that flinches when someone is quiet, the part that longs to be held and then stiffens when comfort comes near. None of these parts disqualify you from love. They are not proof that you are too much. They are proof that you have been human for a long time under difficult weather. A tree does not apologize for bending in the wind. A sleeping child does not justify the tenderness with which they are watched. A tired body does not need to become more useful before it deserves warmth. You are a living being. That is already enough to make tenderness appropriate. Before you achieved anything, before you explained yourself, before you became impressive, before you learned to make anyone proud, there was something precious about your being here, not because you were exceptional, because life had appeared again, fragile and breathing through you. You were not born as a debt. You did not arrive with an invoice attached to your name. You did not come into this world owing proof of your worth. Somewhere along the way, you may have learned to live as if you did, but that was never the deepest truth. It was a story laid over you by fear, by absence, by pressure, by old rooms that did not know how to bless what they could not control. The truth is quieter. It does not shout over the old story. It waits beneath it, like a small lantern left in a room no one visits anymore, still capable of light, still waiting, still there beneath the dust of old beliefs. The work is not to invent worthiness from nothing. The work is to stop walking past the place where it has always been kept. This does not mean everyone will love you well. Some people cannot. Some people only know how to value what you provide. Some people are drawn to your role, not your reality. Some relationships remain narrow, no matter how much of yourself you pour into them. Some rooms do not know how to make space for the fullness of a person. That hurts, and it is allowed to hurt, but their limitation is not your verdict. A locked door is not proof that you do not deserve shelter. A cold room is not proof that you are difficult to warm. A person's inability to meet you is not evidence that you are impossible to love. Sometimes absence is only absence. Sometimes withdrawal is only withdrawal. Sometimes another person's closed heart is only their closed heart. Shame will try to make it mean more. Shame is very persuasive when you are tired. It will gather every unanswered message, every awkward goodbye, every failed relationship, every moment of distance, and build a whole religion around your unworthiness. But shame is a poor prophet. It knows your wounds, but not your truth. It knows what frightened you, but not what you deserve. It knows the old room, the old hunger, the old ache. It does not know the light that still waits for you, and there is a light. Maybe not the spectacular kind, maybe not lightning splitting the sky, maybe not a grand revelation that changes everything at once. More often, it is smaller than that. A breath that finally reaches the bottom of the ribs, a hand over your heart, a cup held warmly between both palms, a friend who does not leave when you are not entertaining, a pet resting beside you without needing you to become anyone, a quiet evening where, for once, you do not turn against yourself. This is how real comfort often arrives, not as an argument you win, but as an atmosphere you slowly learn to trust. You do not have to force belief. You do not have to say, "I am loved," and immediately feel it in every cell of your body. You do not have to perform certainty. You do not have to become spiritually impressive about your own healing. Begin smaller. Let the possibility sit beside you. Maybe I am not outside the circle. Maybe love does not begin after I fix everything. Maybe I can be met here, in this unfinished room. Maybe warmth is not a prize. Maybe I do not have to earn every breath. The nervous system learns through experience, not pressure. It does not soften because it has been lectured. It softens because, again and again, it encounters safety and nothing terrible happens. So let the shoulders lower by a fraction. Let the jaw loosen. Let the breath come without turning it into a technique. Let your body discover slowly that this moment is not asking for proof. There is nothing to win here, nothing to justify, nothing to repay, just this small return. You may feel resistance. Of course you may. The old system may panic when you stop performing. It may tell you that rest is laziness, that receiving is selfish, that needing comfort is childish, that softness will make you weak. Let those voices speak, but do not crown them. They are echoes, old teachers, old rooms, old relationships, old cultures of achievement and shame. They may sound authoritative because they have been rehearsed for years, but not every voice inside you is yours. Some are inheritances, some are survival tools, some are frightened guards still standing at doors that no longer need guarding. The deeper voice is usually quieter. It does not threaten. It does not list your failures like evidence in court. It sounds more like a warm room after rain, more like a blanket drawn around your shoulders, more like a companion walking beside you in the dark, not rushing you, not judging how slowly you move. It may say, "You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to need kindness. You are allowed to be unfinished. You are allowed to come home before you understand everything. You are allowed to be loved here, not later, not once you become easier, not once you are calm enough to stop needing reassurance, not once you have healed so thoroughly that no one has to be patient with you. Here, in the middle of the ache, in the middle of the room you thought you had to earn your way into. This is the part we often miss. We imagine love as something waiting at the end of transformation, a reward for becoming serene, attractive, disciplined, productive, spiritually mature, emotionally elegant. We think the healed self will be lovable, and the current self must keep working. But the current self is the one who needs warmth, the frightened self, the bracing self, the self that still checks for danger, the self that still wants to be chosen, the self that does not yet know how to stop apologizing for existing. This self does not need exile, it needs welcome. It needs you to stop standing over it with the voice of the world. It needs you to stop turning every vulnerable thing into a problem to solve. It needs you to sit beside it and say, perhaps awkwardly at first, I am here. I will not leave you alone inside this. You do not have to become someone else before I stay. This is not indulgence, it is repair, because hiding does not protect love, it protects loneliness. It keeps the most tender part of you behind glass, watching other people interact with the edited version. They may like you, they may praise you, they may rely on you, but the hidden self remains unfed, wondering why closeness still feels so far away. No amount of perfection can solve this. You can become admirable and still feel unknown. You can become helpful and still feel unseen. You can become calm, articulate, generous, insightful, attractive, capable, and still feel that the real person beneath the achievements has not been touched. The medicine is not more proof. The medicine is presence. The medicine is letting yourself be here without immediately improving yourself, letting a kind word land without pushing it away, letting someone care without rushing to repay them, letting yourself rest without building a legal case for why you deserve it. The medicine is learning to remain with yourself when the old fear says, run. And yes, this may bring grief. To be loved gently now can reveal how ungently you were treated before. To feel safe for 1 minute can show you how unsafe you have felt for years. To be welcomed without performance can make you mourn every room where you contorted yourself for scraps of warmth. Let the grief come. It is not a sign that comfort has failed. It is part of the thaw. Ice does not melt without water. The body does not release old vigilance without trembling. The heart does not return from exile without weeping for the years it spent outside. But even there, especially there, the light remains. The door does not close because you cry. The table is not cleared because you tremble. The lamp is not extinguished because you arrive tired. You do not have to be peaceful to be held. You do not have to be certain to be loved. You do not have to believe perfectly for the welcome to be real. There is a companion within you that has waited through every season. It was there when you performed, there when you hid, there when you chased distant warmth through cold streets, there when you mistook anxiety for love, there when you tried to earn affection from people who could not give it freely, there when you abandoned yourself to keep others close. It did not shame you for wandering, it simply kept the lamp burning. Call it soul, call it God, call it the deep self, call it mercy, call it the quiet place in you that never fully agreed with your own condemnation. The name matters less than the return. And the return can be very simple: a pause, a breath, a hand over the heart, a moment of not speaking to yourself with contempt, a moment of remembering that you are not a project, a moment of letting yourself be a living being in need of warmth. This is how the new foundation begins, not with thunder, not with a perfect breakthrough, more like dawn entering a room through a gap in the curtains. At first, barely enough to notice, then a little more, then enough light to realize the room was never as hostile as you feared. You may still forget. Everyone forgets. There will be days when the old story returns, days when silence feels like rejection, days when you read danger into every pause, days when kindness feels unreal, days when you are convinced you have somehow fallen out of grace. On those days, do not demand certainty from yourself. Return to the smallest evidence, the chair beneath you, the breath moving through you, the ordinary warmth of your hand, the memory of someone who stayed, the light in the window, however faint, the possibility that love has not disappeared just because fear is loud. You do not have to defeat shame every time it speaks. Sometimes you only have to stop treating it as the final authority. Shame will say, "You are the exception." Love may be for others, but not for you. Rest may be for others, forgiveness for others, belonging for others. Other people may be held in their weakness, but you must become flawless first. But you are not the exception to tenderness. Your flaws are not cosmic evidence against you. Your needs do not make you too much. Your past does not make you unclean. Your confusion does not cancel your belonging. Your tiredness does not reduce your worth. Your longing does not make you pathetic. Your fear does not make you impossible to love. You are human, and humans need warmth. That is not a defect. It is design. A nervous system deprived of safety will search for safety everywhere. In achievement, in romance, in control, in approval, in distraction, in intensity, in people who feel familiar because they recreate the old ache. So be gentle with the ways you tried to survive. Be gentle with the versions of yourself that chased the wrong lights. Be gentle with the part that kept knocking on locked doors. Be gentle with the hunger that mistook suspense for home. You were not stupid. You were hungry. And now perhaps something in you is ready for a quieter nourishment, less like lightning, more like a hearth, less like being chosen by the distant figure, more like realizing you were never outside the circle, less like proving yourself worthy of the room, more like finding the seat that had been waiting. At first, peace may feel plain. The body accustomed to intensity may mistake steadiness for emptiness. It may miss the spike, the chase, the dramatic relief of finally being noticed. But give the plain warmth time. Let it work slowly. Let the nervous system discover that steadiness has its own beauty. A lamp does not need to dazzle to save you from the dark. Sometimes it only needs to remain lit. Today, sit somewhere quiet and place one hand over your heart. Breathe slowly, without forcing anything. Imagine a warm light in the room around you, as if a lamp has been left on for your return. Do not try to make yourself believe anything. Simply let your body encounter the possibility that, in this moment, nothing is required of you. No proof, no performance, no explanation, just warmth, breath, and permission to be here. If resistance rises, let it rise. If your mind says this is silly, let the mind speak and return to the warmth. If sadness comes, let sadness sit beside you. If you feel nothing, let nothing be welcome too. This is not a test. You cannot fail at being held. Let the light touch the parts of you that are tired of earning, the part that always tries to be useful, the part that monitors every room, the part that expects the rules to change, the part that believes one wrong move will cost everything. Let each part come in from the cold. You do not need to understand every wound before you are allowed to rest. You do not need to narrate your pain beautifully. You do not need to turn your healing into another performance. The deepest welcome is not waiting for your explanation. it is waiting for your return. Maybe tonight you will only believe this for one breath. That is enough. One breath is a doorway. One moment of not abandoning yourself is a beginning. One small experience of warmth can become the first stone in a new foundation. Over time, the light becomes more familiar, not because life stops hurting, but because you stop leaving yourself alone inside the hurt. You learn to carry the lamp with you, into difficult conversations, into lonely evenings, into mistakes, into uncertainty, into the rooms where you once paused at the door, afraid to enter. And perhaps one day your hand will rest on another threshold. You will feel the old fear rise, but it will not be the only voice. Beneath it, quieter but steadier, something will remember. The seat does not have to be earned. The soul does not need a disguise. The room may welcome you, or it may not, but your worth will not be decided there. You will open the door, not perfectly, not without trembling, but with a little more of yourself intact, and somewhere within, the lamp will still be burning. You are loved, not because you finally became easy, not because you proved enough, not because you never failed, not because you learned how to hide the difficult parts. You are loved here, in the unfinished room of your actual life. Before the explanation, before the improvement, before the apology, before the performance, loved when you can feel it, loved when you cannot, loved when you forget, loved when you return. Rest now, if you can. You are not outside anymore. You are home. Thank you for watching and for walking this path alongside me. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. For high-resolution art, music, and full transcripts, consider joining me on Patreon. Until then, carry these reflections gently with you, and I hope to see you again in the next video.